You're not going to fix it. You have to divorce it. You need to start looking at government as an abusive spouse. And in this relationship, you need to see yourself as a victimized female. Even I don't care if you're the biggest, toughest dude out there, like, oh, I'll get them. No, because they have way more power than you do. They have way more strength. I want you to think of the government as a giant bodybuilder, roided up, megalomaniac, narcissistic, abusive boyfriend. And you are the other side of that relationship. You're the wife, and you get smacked around every day. They tell you who you can talk to, when you can talk to them. They want to know what you spent your money on. Where were you? Give me your phone. Let me see who you've been talking to. Does this sound like government to you at all? Does it? And they have the physical means by which to require you to do the things they're saying, no matter how unreasonable they are. Now, I want you to step outside of the relationship for a minute. I want you to imagine that it's actually a real relationship. Do you know this young woman being beaten and abused by her husband? You've watched him rip her phone out of her hand and go, who is this? Who are you talking to? And she comes to you and says, what should I do? What would you tell her? Honest to God, what would you tell her? You need to get away from this guy. You get a restraining order if necessary. You need to divorce this son of a bitch and get him out of your life. And she says, well, I think he'll stalk me. Well, that's just a risk you're going to have to. It's not going to get any better until you do what you can to separate. As long as you remain in, well, I think he can change. I think he really wants to do better. I think he can give up the drugs and the alcohol. And he's only hit me a couple times in the last couple months. It's not like it used to be. What would you say? Yeah, freaking Stockholm syndrome. Well, he's getting some counseling. You know what that is? We can vote new people in next election. Oh, you get a divorce from that situation. And you can't 100% exit this system, can you? You can't really get completely away. But you can mitigate the impact of that abusive partner in your relationship that is the state. There are many ways to do it. And one of the first things you can do, and that's why I do episodes like this once in a while, you can stop consuming the bullshit soup. When they go to feed it to you, don't swallow it. Most Americans are like baby freaking birds. And mama bird flies out and eats a bunch of bugs and other bullshit. And mama bird comes back and all the baby birds go, feed me. And they open their mouth as wide as they can. And then mama bird pukes bug shit down their throat and the baby bird eats it. It's okay for the baby bird to behave that way. It's the only way the baby bird's going to grow up and fly for itself. But when the media and the government pukes down your throat and you swallow it, it literally cements your ass to your couch.